was decent. That was a good one. After a while.
I feel pretty bad about it.
No,
You feel bad about it?
Yeah, I feel pretty
Why
bad
do you feel
about
bad about it?
Yeah, it just wasn't my best work.
Did you snapped it early?
I think it was late, honestly.
Oh.
I did it with my left. I'm not used to snapping with my left, so.
Well, the thing is, like, usually the beat in which you clap is to the same rhythm of 3, 2, 1, but you always just do it instantly right after. And I
I've stopped doing it. I've stopped doing it.
Go for it, yeah.
I've practiced to not do it at the 3.
Roll
Or
the
the one.
tapes. Roll the tapes.
I'm not gonna roll the tapes. We're in the middle of recording. Oh, the camera is a little intimidating today. I made a little.
So
It is kind of
tall.
looking down at us.
Skewer, you've grown.
Ooh.
You're a big boy now. Ooh. Squeeze your cheeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, it's been a while.
It's been a while. A lot has happened.
Hassan got the plague.
I got the plague.
Yeah.
I got double
He got-
COVID and
yeah.
influenza.
Yeah.
It was so bad. The moment I saw that Christian posted in the Discord that people should check for COVID because people had tested positive, I was like, oh no. And then I tested, and I was just like, oh,
COVID
double
land.
COVID. Just, okay, so I want you to also just understand, on the flight back from Portland, I got such pain in my ears. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, I
That
do.
was like
Yeah, I forgot about
so
that.
horrible.
Yeah.
And then I was in the car and I felt like dog shit. And we had an old Korean lady.
Oh, this was so funny. Oh, I forgot about this.
We had an old Korean lady who was like, first I and I were talking about some shit, and I'm like in the back. I'm going through it. I'm like
And
dying.
she didn't say a word.
She didn't say a word until like just before dropping Patrick off. She's like, yeah, Democrats not good, Republicans good.
Yeah.
Everything, yeah, like everything
like, in
is
a Korean like accent
yeah,
or just
very thick Korean accent.
Yeah.
goes crazy.
Yeah, it was incredible.
She's like telling us how much she hates the Democrats, how much she likes the Republicans.
Well, what was crazy is like right before that.
What did you
she
do,
was like-
Patrick? What did you make her? What did you do to make her say these things?
I didn't say anything. She was like, "Do you guys go?" She was like, the first words that she said to us were like, "Do you guys go to UCLA?"
Yes.
Okay.
And we're both like, yeah, we're graduate students. And she's like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. So like, where are you from, right? And I'm just like, California, you know. She's like, okay. And then she asked Hassan, and Hassan just made the big mistake of saying Germangi, right? And she
it's
was
the
like,
safest option 90% of the time.
yeah. And she's like, oh yeah, Germany, they like give you a lot of support over there, you know, like people that, you know, don't have work or whatever, you know, like need healthcare and stuff. And she's like, I think that's good. That's awesome that they do that, right?
So she believes in little fist sticks.
Yeah. And then she hits us with like the Democrats no good. And I'm thinking just like, girl, yeah, do it. Vote independent. Do your thing, right? And she's like, Republicans are great. And I was like, I don't think this lines up right.
No, it doesn't.
Like, this seems like the opposite of
Well,
of what the intended goal of this process is.
Then Patrick gets dropped off, and I'm like in the
You're
back.
locked
Yeah,
in a 1v1.
he's alone. I'm like, good
I'm
luck.
locked in a 1v1 with COVID and the flu.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and she starts going, so in Germany, the new president's good? And I'm like, I mean, he's fine. He's part of the Christian party. He's like, you know, I was like, they're fine. And she goes, yeah, the guy before, real bad, very bad, Marxist's bad. And I'm like, She's like, just like North Korea. Germany was like North Korea.
So true.
And I was just like, dude, so true. You're so right.
It's so valid for that.
Yeah, and then she goes, yeah, in South Korea. Oh no. First she says, yeah, all the Filipinos here in America, they just keep complaining about their president and like they're too weak. They're like babies. They don't want to fight for
They're
their
like
country.
babies.
What is
Yeah,
happening?
she's like, in
dude?
South Korea, we're strong. We fought for our country against the Marxists. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is it? Just try. And then she goes, yeah. But then South Korea, we had a bad president. She stole so much money. And I'm like,
Okay.
what's happening? And she's like, but we strong Korean people, we got rid of them and we sent them to jail.
What is going on?
I feel like this person's just all over the place.
Yeah, and then
just
I'm
like
she's
all over the
completely
place.
lost.
And then I'm like, okay. And I was like, oh, how long have you been in the U.S. for? She's like, 7 years. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what do you do here? Like, is this your main job? She's like, no, I drive Uber so I can talk to people. and teach them about Korea.
That's awesome.
And then I'm like, okay. And she's like, I do it 3 days a week. And then the rest of the week, she apparently has like a clothing company. And then she gave me her business card that I lost, and she's like, "I can tailor you clothes." I know.
Rude.
I was so sad. I was like, I think it fell out when I like got out of the car, like a little.
Your ear explodes as you fly.
Exactly.
You're just like,
So yeah, every fucking DAMOP. Oh, and the guy who took us to the Portland airport was another dude.
yeah, he was a hustle culture guy.
Yeah, he just like, where are you guys from? And I'm like, oh, we're from Los Angeles. And he goes, oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. And then he like was talking with us about some random shit.
Yeah.
And he goes, you guys got Instagram? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, can you follow me and I'll follow you back? And then he has like a podcast. He's a podcaster.
Cringe.
He's a Christian podcaster, and like he posts every day. Did you follow him?
Dude, I don't open Instagram.
I have to check on him. And then he's like, today I remember to work out and thank God. And then I'm like,
hell yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah,
dude.
I did half of that.
So every time every time I have a goddamn DAMOP, I get an Uber that's psychotic. Like the guy who was last year in Texas. I went into an Uber. I remember telling you the story. Like I got into Uber and the guy was selling me a insurance pyramid scheme.
That's great.
And I'm like, this is crazy. LA Ubers are usually like top tier. They don't talk to you.
I love talking to the Uber driver. I love it.
It's the most white dad
I
shit he's ever said.
I had only one ride that the person was talkative, and then she seemed
In LA?
No, in Portland.
Okay.
I rode a lot of Ubers this time as well, and I think she was pretty talkative, but it was more so like she was just explaining like random life story shit, and not like
The most
being weird about it. You
Yeah,
know?
the craziest Uber I was in was coming back from WeHo right after I got roofied. And I was in the back of the car with my 2 friends because I was like, yo, I think somebody slipped me something because we need to go home like now. This is the day before I flew to Germany.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
about that.
And I was just like, when you get into the car now. And I got into the car, and then we're all sitting in the back, and the Uber driver, she's just like, oh, did you guys have a nice night out? And then my friends start going like, yeah, Hassan had the best night. And I'm like holding it together in the back of this Uber. It's just very obviously drunk. So yeah, that was the whole thing. God damn it.
Chopper Run plays on the radio.
Hell yeah.
Passed out on the floor of my friend's bathroom, and then got into her bed, and then woke that she set out for me, and then I woke up the next day, and I was just like, oh god, I have to get on a flight. Oh man, but yeah, what else was there? What else happened? What happened in the 2 weeks? It's a blur. I was so lost because of COVID, where I'm like, I didn't know what weekend it was. I'm like, aren't you going back?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, some mixed up which weekends were which this week.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
That's tough.
It was delirium. All I did was like do tensors, play League. Dude, Michael doesn't work.
Niche hobby.
Michael doesn't work. I'm convinced.
Speaking of-
Motherfucker was online all the time.
Yeah, I'm genuinely confused how he makes it work. Like, maybe he just like pulls
he's
up
just
into like
goated.
Boeing in his like office, and he's just like, okay, well, time to get on the Rift, I guess.
I'm not
I got
joking.
8 hours.
He literally
I don't-
messaged me. He's like, "You home because of COVID?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "My last meeting is at 11. You wanna do some work
Dude,
from
yeah,
home?"
dude,
And I'm
the
like,
fucking dude, the tech bros, I do not fucking understand how they make it work. Like, I have friends in tech who basically function the same way. They maybe work like 2 hours a day, and then the rest of it is like they get to do whatever the fuck they want.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, it'd be like that.
It's awesome.
Damn.
I did randomly run into Michael actually over the weekend.
Really?
Yeah. I
Where?
pulled up into Paper Heroes actually.
Oh yeah, he goes on the weekend.
Yeah. He was playing with like 2 other guys. I just waved, but I didn't sit down and play. Just got some singles and left.
I
But
see.
yeah.
The great equalizer, Paper Heroes.
That's right. Let's see. Okay. Well, I do have to say, speaking of the topic that I just brought up to myself, what is it? So the new Magic set has actually made me I think what's supposed to happen, right, is like these Universes Beyond sets are like, oh, we are doing like Final Fantasy as cards now.
Which are
They're like,
Hassan's favorite, notably.
he loves those.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, we'll get all the Final Fantasy fans to play this game, and that'll make us a lot of money. It
That's
does, and it did.
It's the most successful Magic set.
Yes, it's
in like
so
the last 10 years.
Well, it has the same history as Lord of the Rings, basically. So before the Lord of the Rings set even came out, it was the best-selling set of all time, and then now Final Fantasy did the same thing, and it broke that record. Where like before it even came out, it became the best-selling set of all time. So that's a fun trend. Anyway, outside of that though, the reason why I bring this up is actually
I love that trend.
he loves it. He loves
it, guys.
Yeah, I mean the next one will just be like Star Wars, and you like that, so
I'm still not gonna buy it.
Let's see. Oh yes, but it's done the reverse for me. So I was like, you know what? Like this source material is kind of cool. I've like on and off played like a little bit of like the like super old games. Like I've tried emulating and like running like Final Fantasy 1, but that game was too fucking old for me. And so
like that game is fucking rough.
No, it's fucking old shit.
Yeah, it
is fucking crazy.
You're basically playing a text crawler.
No,
with a little bit of
it
graphics.
really is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like I feel like I need to send in like terminal commands.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking crazy. But I ended up trying playing the Final Fantasy VII remake game.
That one's good.
Yeah. So I never played that before, and like the music, the setting, everything is really cool so far. I'm super late to the game on all this stuff, but it was really interesting. So yeah,
I really like Final Fantasy. It was one of the few JRPGs I played that I liked. Some JRPGs, man, they're boring.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on. Do something. It's just like it drags on and on and on.
Yeah. Like the main sort of key feature for most JRPGs, for those who don't know, is like the storytelling method is very like exposition-y. Like you start off and then to lay out the groundwork for like why you're doing the things you're doing and like set the general tone of the story. It takes like basically anywhere from 2 to 5 hours of basic like cutscenes.
Yeah.
You know? In the remake, it's just like right to the point. You're doing some kind of like action sequence and stuff like that. And the setting, I think, it makes so much sense why this is like so popular compared to the other ones. It's like
it's just the coolest setting.
Yeah, no, it's like capitalist hell basically.
Yeah, and like the main villain is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And like the environments you go through are cool. I like the cityscapes.
Yeah.
The one that gets a lot of hate is 8. The one with the like super water ball.
Wait, what?
Was it 8 or 9?
No, I think that. Are you talking about like the one with Titus?
Yes.
That's 10.
That's 10. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shit. Which one is 8 and 9 then?
8 is Squall. The
Squall. Okay.
And then 9, I don't know who the fuck's in 9.
I don't know. I don't like the most recent one with the car.
Yeah.
It was like as my friend described it, it's K-pop stars playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah. No, I mean, but that's why they did it like that, to get popularity. But like, that's actually kind of sad in the sense that like 16 actually came out, and so the one you're referring to, I believe, is 15.
Yes. And
16 is basically kind of like unknown completely.
Exactly.
They didn't push it at all, so that's what it is.
Sadness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I mean, like, let me put it this way. I'm more of a Lord of the Rings fan than I am a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think actually I might be in the same boat as both of you. So.
Yeah. But and I didn't buy a single Lord of the Rings thing. Like, I don't think I own a single Lord of the Rings card.
Probably not. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I just own Yasholta because I liked her ability.
Cat girl.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's the main ability. That's all.
Just being a cat girl.
Yeah. It's a pretty strong ability.
I could see it.
It is what it is.
This makes sense. I think it's pretty on brand.
We're doing good.
You get
We're doing good.
The sound of the cat.
We're doing really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're becoming the cat.
Hell yeah, brother.
So okay. So you brought up Pug to Wes.
I did bring up.
Tell me.
Yeah, well, it was just more offhanded. So like, we had our sort of like party lunch on Sunday.
Yeah, it was fun.
And like the first people to sit down me and Zoe. I think we were like the 4th, 5th people to come in. It was like Patrick M. Mueller, and
Evan. I
Evan.
think.
Yes, they were there before.
The
us
only
two.
reason I know that is because we drove by looking for parking.
Oh, I see.
And
I
Evan was
see.
out front.
Okay. So it was them two.
And then
We
you're
pull
like,
up.
Evan.
Yeah.
Yo, what up?
Yo.
Evan. Yo.
You.
Yo.
So then we pull up. Then Patrick and Sydney pull up.
Yeah.
And so I'm seated directly across from, gosh, I can't remember her name very well. But is it Mary Beth?
Mm.
Okay, perfect. I can't remember if it's like the full name or if that's like a middle name. or something.
Marb.
Marb.
I just know her as Marb.
Okay,
Marb.
Marb. And then Zoe is seated directly across from Wes. And yeah, so it's like
so
a whole
got the
thing.
full
Yeah,
the full
blast.
brunch.
I mean, so he was. I think my favorite moment that entire like lunch was he was wearing his like he has like this button up with like Sasquatch like
Oh.
like two Sasquatches and like embroidered on it. And we were all talking about it. Obviously, it was like I bought it the same day I married Marb, favorite day of my life or some shit. Yeah.
Dude.
Well, I mean, the way he was explaining it, right, it was like, so everyone was getting their hair and makeup done, and he obviously had nothing to do. So he was walking around Austin. Oh, wait, did you miss this?
He didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that.
Will. You have to remember one thing. If
Yeah.
there is a group setting and
Yeah.
something happens and Patrick is there,
Yeah.
it's as if he's in a perma load screen.
That's
He
true.
doesn't recognize his
No,
surroundings.
that's actually fair.
Bro. You gotta be kidding me.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
Just
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
not
yeah.
there for this. I would have remembered this.
Yes. So no, you maybe you went to the restroom or something. I don't fucking know.
I just wasn't there, man.
ask
Bro,
Sydney.
you were definitely.
Ask Sydney.
Wes was after.
Ask Sydney if
Wes
she
Wes
remembers
came in
the story.
after you guys.
No.
Yes.
We walked in when you guys were sitting already.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Wes and Marvin, you and Zoe, and Evan and Patrick. There.
Okay.
You
Perhaps
said
I
that like it
misremembered.
was the ABCs.
All right.
That's
Perhaps
right.
I-
Wes and Marvin,
perhaps I
you and Zoe.
misremembered. Anyway, yes. So I guess that's what he was doing on a hot Austin day by himself. About to get married. He's like, wow, this shirt is fucking crazy. And then he bought it.
I should wear it in the wedding.
No, I don't think so. I
Should
don't
have
believe
killed
you.
him.
Yeah, basically. I'm surprised she didn't kill him for telling that story.
That's
I also
awesome.
I got destroyed by Sydney, even though it was her fuck up. It's not fair.
She fucked up and then she destroyed you. Come over here. No,
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
He robes. He's
Yeah. No, I mean, the mere, what is it? The story itself is just so scary. I need to move away.
Tell me.
Okay.
This is what she does. It's a special
Sydney
night.
It's
owning
not
you.
fucking fair.
gets
So
you.
what
It's
happens is
awesome.
like there's like these polenta fries or something like
Yeah.
these like fancy fries or whatever. We put them off to the side, and like the main course is like pizzas and stuff. It's like to my right hand side, and they're like this fucking big. Okay, they're like huge, and you know they don't have they like hold together kind of well, but like if you like grab them too tightly, they might crumble, right? So she was like, "Oh, could you pass me one?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course." And I was like deciding between like the fork I used or just like my fingers, like both seemed kind of gross. And I was like, and then she was like, "Just finger it." I'm like, what? I was like, "Okay, I'll just grab it."
How did you not pounce? How did you not pounce? How did you not pounce? We've done this podcast for over a year.
I'm in front of Marvin West. What am I gonna fucking say?
Dude,
She comboed you.
She got-
She fucked up, and I'm the one who's embarrassed. It's not fair. Both Zoe and Sydney were laughing at me for getting red. What the fuck am I supposed to do? It's not fair. Nah.
Oh.
It's not fair. She totally fumbled that. She should be the one that's feeling embarrassed. Why am I embarrassed? Explain.
Because you see, this is the thing. She fucked up, and then because the ball was in your court, and you're like,
What am I supposed to say? What's the play?
The play? You're like,
what's the correct
you're like, wow,
dialogue
in front of
option?
Wes? Like, you just, that's my frame one response.
I can't say that. I can't. I literally think Marb would not make eye contact with me for the rest of the fucking match.
The
okay?
fucked up part is I know I would do it. I know I would hit that so hard.
See? Okay, good. Thank you.
No,
At least
man.
I have some back.
Oh man, no, you're good. You're good.
That's not fucking fair. Ugh.
Damn,
Anyway.
you got owned.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
absolutely fucking played. And that was just yesterday, so that's cool.
So
It was fun. It was a fun time.
So I texted Patrick, right? This is the thing. I texted
Oh,
Patrick.
okay.
And I'm like, oh,
I'm putting up my defense.
I'm double infected with COVID and the flu.
Mm-hmm.
And then then Patrick's like, oh, that sucks. And I'm like, okay, cool.
But why do I
It's
sound
fine.
like that in your head when I
It's just-
text you?
it's
Because you're
what-
pretending you
This is
can.
what it sounded like.
That's crazy.
You called me, hey, Plaguey. What does the router have DHCP enabled? so yeah, that's the sound in my head. But so anyway, Playboy. You called me Playboy. That's what you called me.
I did. I stand by it too.
Yeah, but I was just like, yeah, and then I wrote just like, yeah, that's why I was, cocooned in my hotel room on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I was just like, you fuckers made me walk for like 30 minutes, even though I'm like, please let me take an Uber. I don't mind. But this, what he responded with, this is the thing that I'm mad at, where he goes, yeah, I'm just going to choose to believe you got infected on Thursday. And I'm like, you got infected in the airport on Friday. So not on Thursday.
For COVID.
For COVID.
Yeah, for COVID specifically.
So I was just like,
Yeah, not before that. I didn't mean to insinuate that. No, but for COVID specifically, I choose to believe you got infected at the airport on Friday, because otherwise I sat fucking next to you on the airplane.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would have gotten
I'm surprised.
also in the car.
in the car too.
I'm surprised. Like, yeah, most of us didn't get fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm the only one who got
It must
deleted.
have been like later, but I don't know.
yeah.
Could be wrong.
I don't know. I just know that I made it to that DAMOP party and I could not drink alcohol. Every time I drank, I'm like,
I know you. You had a beer in your hand. You're like, just have this. You didn't even open it. You were just like, just have this.
I couldn't do
Pour
it.
one out for me.
That was and Michael got so drunk. He came over. He started hugging
Dude,
me.
I wanted to talk with him more.
He started hugging me.
Oh.
He's
I got-
like, I love you so much.
I got sidebarred so hard every time he was around.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
I was
he
like,
was
we,
like-
we were playing with Michael. It was so funny. Oh my
Isaiah
gosh.
making him shotgun a beer was so funny. He taught him how to shotgun a beer.
I forget who I was with, but like literally, Michael was he was really drunk, and I'm like, yeah. So like anyway, like I don't know, like what did they make you do at Boeing or whatever? And, like,
Oh,
we were
that was yeah. That was really funny.
and we were just doing that to him for like 30 minutes.
And he's like, doesn't matter how drunk I get, I'm not gonna say.
yeah. And then he was explaining like what is
The-
it? Like the line of questioning. That he
Yeah,
gets
and the
stuff.
lie detectors.
The
That
lie
shit was
detectors and
crazy.
stuff. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It was
Shit was
crazy.
crazy.
That shit's
Oh,
really
shit.
funny.
oh no,
Doo-doo-doo.
producer, do your job.
Doo-doo-doo.
You interpreted that as I thought you weren't sick on Wednesday. That's insane. That's insane. No.
I didn't say take.
No. I was talking specifically about COVID.
Okay.
Do we need to?
No, it's fine.
He's just gonna do it anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. I'm done now. It's okay.
He just likes snapping his fingers.
I do.
It's a theater kid thing.
I actually can't
Bro, I did
snap.
band.
I actually don't know.
You
how
can't
to
snap your
I don't
fingers?
know how to snap
Can I
properly.
snap?
I just do this.
Well, that's pretty good.
That's the opposite. You're doing it the opposite way.
Yeah, you
What's
take
the
middle
opposite?
middle finger.
And you're also
But, like,
using your.
I never understood what generates the sound. You're using your is it your thumb hitting against?
No, it's this thing hitting the bottom. So can I make like a little cup down here?
Okay.
And you go. Okay, now I can't make it.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I've always had to fake it.
I fucked up hands.
I always have to fake
You
it.
just-
Like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
For some reason, when you're like, I always have to fake it, I thought you were going, snap.
Yeah.
You're making the noise.
No, this makes
like
sense.
a Pokemon, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
water gun.
Well, like in what is it like
The electric rat.
well like in elementary school when we had to do like it's not like it's basically choir or some shit. Like there's a lot of sections where you had to like snap, and I'm like, I basically just did the
I
hand
don't know
motion.
how
I
you're-
couldn't
How
even
are you
do
making
this.
noise?
I'm squeezing my pointer finger, and then I make my middle finger and thumb hit together.
It's such a strange noise.
It's uncomfortable as fuck. I hate snapping because I don't know how to do it. First of
There's
all,
also like this one.
Bro, your hands are wrong.
why are
man.
you fucking doing that?
That's like that's the Arab way. I don't know. They can make it really loud. It's crazy.
You heard it here first. Arabs make it loud.
You know what? Listen, we invented hashish, so yeah, it's loud as fuck.
Anyway, I can't fucking snap. So. How did we get to this?
Oh no, he was snapping his fingers and we got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, one more thing. Also, while I was in my delirium, right? I said I was playing a lot of League,
Mm-hmm.
and then so I was playing League, and at some point, whenever I play with Michael, I feel like we get 3 good wins, and then he gets so cocky that everything goes downhill. But one thing that really did that I thought was really, really funny was his brother also got COVID the same time that I had COVID.
But Michael also got COVID, right?
I don't know if Michael got COVID. I think Michael was just like slightly sick and he uses an excuse to not come in.
Dude. I thought he also tested positive. Am I crazy?
He didn't say he tested positive. He said he thought he got COVID. But
He
was
thought he tested
Oh
positive.
my gosh! I
He
forgot
thought
to
he
also
tested-
test positive last week.
He's the worst. My crazy one was I tested negative one night.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
I
like, I'm
watched
gonna
it,
go to
yeah.
lab. I get to go. Oh, I get to go. It was like Tuesday. I tested negative on Tuesday night. I was so excited. Then Wednesday morning, I'm like, I'm gonna give it one more whirl. And then the brightest red line I'd ever seen in my life. And I did 3 more tests, and they were all like, "Yeah, you got COVID. Yeah, stay home." It's so
It's rough.
sad.
Unlucky.
L.
Yeah.
But you
Me? What?
got a gerb.
I did,
Mr.
yes.
Job Haver.
Yes, I accepted a job offer today.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. Oh,
That
it's
means
exciting.
you can't be seen on this show anymore. I'm so sorry.
I can't be seen?
Yeah, you can't be seen.
You're gonna
You
like...
can't be-
Nah,
you
he's
can't be in-
You're
he's
gonna like
transing
blur me
out.
out.
You can't be like
Oh, it's
implicated.
gonna be like those Stalin photos where Trotsky got photoshopped out. It was the first real use of Photoshop. It was awesome.
I'm just gonna slowly fade out in this episode. You're just gonna like blur me out and
We'll
lower
just
my
put the cat
voice.
over you.
know?
I can
Oh,
just
put the
delete-
cat, yeah.
I can just delete your audio file.
It's true. You could, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, it's exciting.
I'm gonna be a Colorado Avalanche fan.
I don't think I will do that. No.
What?
Why would I switch allegiances like this? I have my U.S. team. I have my Canadian team. And that's all I get.
Why do you have? a
Dude, the
Canadian
Sharks
team?
actually, they're
I
cooking.
think their rebuild
always
is
thought
coming
so.
along. Yeah, Will is a diehard.
No, I'm saying this not as like a meme. They got a really fucking.
Did you think that Will was memeing?
I've never said it as a meme, even
Yeah,
once.
He believes it. He
It's like-
follows
it's
what
like-
the Sharks do.
It's like how much he's a Panthers fan.
That's right. Who won again?
No, but for real, and I will get off hockey in a second. I just want to add the San Jose Sharks got a really good fucking draft pick.
Nice.
They picked a top tier, so they got really lucky. So the reason why it was strange this year is that there are 2 players who are really, really good, and the New York Islanders really needed a center, and they're like, "Fuck, we're second. The best center is up for grabs." It's the first, like for first pick, right? And the Sharks had first pick, so every
Because they're dog shit. Last year.
last year. Yeah. Anyway, so
I love
basically,
the fake mad.
basically the
It's so good.
interesting the interesting part about all this was like they're all like, shit, we're not gonna get the center that we really need, because the Islanders really need to rebuild their like offensive line,
Mm-hmm.
but the Sharks have Celebrini,
This is
who's
true.
basically kind of a god.
Whose first name is?
I actually forget.
Why are you looking at me?
You're the Sharks fan.
Right.
I don't remember his
So
first name.
so what's his first name again?
Macklin.
Oh, I would not have guessed
Macklin
that in a million years.
Celebrini.
Who the fuck is named Macklin?
I know, it's
The
crazy.
guy named Celebrini.
I got named Celebrini, yeah.
So anyway, but basically he was like he's like their star. He's really fucking good. So the fucking Sharks, in their infinite wisdom, which was a good choice, but also in my mind, why wouldn't you have 2 star centers? Anyway, they decided to go with like what looks to be the best defensive prospect
Ooh.
of like the last 15 years.
Fuck yeah.
Kid is 17 years old, 205 pounds.
I like what's going on.
205 pounds. Put up 35 goals in like last season. So he does that. He plays on the right.
Ooh,
Which is very interesting.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
And also, like, again, he's 17 years old.
Yeah.
He's really fucking good. Like, he's not a bad pick. Don't get me wrong, not at all bad pick. But like, it was the New York Islanders. Like, they've showed the picking process, and you see the like wave of relief over the entire coaching staff that they get to pick the star center.
Yeah.
But like, it was crazy. So
Defense wins you champions, man. That's the way to go.
I mean, they have
Championships,
Celebrini, so like they're fine.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like,
But they were still last.
yeah, they're totally fine.
No, so that their whole team needs to be like
They got exploded.
they're on life support, one might say. They're very similar, like the Chicago Blackhawks, where they have like incredible talent surrounded by utter dog shit, and no one is there to help them, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
Is that a wrong assessment?
They have some very promising young people, right? And they just like the rest of the team is like aging out, and also like not, the people that are coming in sometimes aren't as developed as,
As people expect.
It takes a while to like. There's some like lag between like you trying for the championship, and then you like have to like kind of rebuild your roster a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's like hard to stay really good for a long time because typically when you win, you just like pay all your players that won you like a ton of money, right?
And try to do it again. Yeah.
It locks up a ton of the money into like several people, right? And then there's like the rest of the roster, right? That like needs to be good in order for you to win, right? So it's like a tough situation.
It's kind of what the Oilers are at right now, which is why every analyst was like, if they were going to win the Stanley Cup, these were the 2 years that they could have won.
It's kind of the
Oh, I
window,
see.
yeah. They're gonna have to pull out a miracle in order to make it again.
Yeah,
I think.
if they want to do it next year, they will have to pull out a miracle because their top 3 players are all going to want raises.
Yeah.
And not they're mandated raises because of their union. They have a very strong union. Hockey has like the strongest union I've learned.
It's crazy, yeah.
Of all the
Players
like
Association,
sports, they have the strongest. They're the only ones who went on a strike for an entire season. They
yeah, they've
refused
done
to play.
multiple lockouts.
Lockouts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
good for
they're
them.
threatening a lockout for not next year, the year after, if they don't get raises, like across the like entire league. Anyway, but long story short, Sharks looking good.
The future
Always
is
have.
bright. Yeah.
Future is bright for the Sharks and the Blackhawks.
Blackhawks, I don't know about.
They got some good shit going on.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. Anyway. That's a
And then
little bit hot.
there's no like horrible news that he wants to shoot himself with. That happened.
I'm happy he's going somewhere else
What?
where he can get stuff,
No,
Mitchellus,
please elaborate.
Mitchellus Marner. Mitch Marner.
So Mitch Marner, right? Is a winger for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Was up until today,
He's no longer a Leaf.
and he's signed with the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Hell yeah.
Who are the
Worst.
they're the rivals of the Sharks. So you should know this.
My bad, I guess.
They're Shark rivals,
I've
right?
been-
They are well. They were when the Sharks were pretty good.
It's like the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No, but we beat them at that, right?
So how many Stanley Cups do you think the San Jose Sharks have?
All of them.
It's a good guess. It's actually 0.
Darn close.
Yeah. And then the Las Vegas Golden Knights have won.
Boo.
Yeah, but they're a
Yeah.
brand new team too.
Yeah, exactly. So
How
we're
dare they.
mad about it.
Grr.
Also, we weren't the first Californian team to win the cup, so we're also mad about it because the Kings won, and then the
Kings won
and
twice.
the Ducks won first,
The
and
Ducks
then
won.
the Kings won twice. So we're bad. We're the worst.
You're not the
It's not,
worst.
it's not great.
It is what it
It's
is.
not great right now.
The Seattle Kraken is a team I forget exists. So
But their
I don't
name
want
is
to
so
talk about the
cool.
Kraken
why am I talking about the Kraken?
because I want them to do well, and their logo's sick.
Their logo is sick.
Their name is sick.
I
Name
would
is sick.
want to support them. I know one of my friends. She's a Kraken fan,
W.
and she's just a Seattle sports fan in general.
Mm.
And she says her exact quote was, "New York fans think they got it tough, and then you look at Seattle sports, and then you see who are the real ride or dies." Apparently, the Seattle one of their sports what's their baseball team?
Mariners?
Mariners. Yes.
I think, yeah.
Yes. She was telling me how like there's a story of the Seattle Mariners were like playing some other fucking team. I don't remember. I don't care. The story that they're not important.
Noted baseball fan Hassan.
Yeah. Yeah, they were they're not important. But like the important part of the story is she was telling me how all the Mariners fans were watching this horrible game happen. Like they were getting fucking drilled. Okay? And then it got to the point where the fans were cheering the most simplest defensive plays that like the Mariners were doing.
Yeah.
And then like there was one home run the Mariners hit, and the fans yelled as if they won the game. They didn't win the game.
When you turn it around, you do something positive. That's a W. You know.
Anyway, 9-1 finish.
Basically. You guys boo your friend.
You gotta find joy. I don't. There are some psychopaths that go to Maple Leaf Square that do something like this, but I do not do this.
You acted like you weren't a Maple Leaf anymore for 2 days. You were so traumatized.
Never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're so traumatized. Did I tell you what Wes said about my hat?
What?
Not
Oh,
this one.
Is hilarious.
The Jets hat.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you this?
I think so.
Oh. Well, I'll just fill it in. Anyways, I remember like the day where I'm like, I'll catch up with you guys because I wanted to get a charger and shit. So I go to Ackerman, and in Ackerman, I'm like checking out, and I had my mask on. And then Wes was with his kids. And then Wes goes, "You see that guy right there? That's Hassan," like very loudly to his children. And I look up, and he goes, "Yeah, he's the only one who would wear that in LA." And I'm like, "Bro." And then he goes,
I mean, that's true.
and then he's like, "Why are you wearing?" And he's like, "Why would anybody wear a Jets hat? It's just disappointment." And I'm like, "Come
And
on,
then his
man.
kids stabbed you.
He's just mocking,
So ran
just
off.
mocking me."
Yeah. Showing dominance in front of the kids. That's what
That's
you gotta
right.
do.
That's right. Yeah.
I got Evan today. I'm so happy.
What do you mean?
Evan never laughs. Like he's so serious every time we have lunch.
Mm.
And the Pope thing got him.
The Pope thing
The
got
Vatican
him.
the city thing got him. It's just
That one's pretty good.
Yeah. I think he's getting more comfortable. I think he was a little shy at first, but
hmm
We'll get him eventually.
yeah.
I thought that he was like a grad student. Remember, we all thought he was a grad
We all
student.
did.
Is he not a grad
No, he's a
Dude.
first year undergrad.
First year undergrad.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Okay.
He gives grad student vibes.
A little bit, yeah.
He does.
He stares off into the like distance.
Yeah,
and I'm
he's like I've seen war.
you need to come back. You need to come back, Evan.
Yeah. You're too young.
You're too young for
this.
that.
Yeah.
I get, it's so interesting because every time I get a tattoo, I get the same questions. Like not from you. You're like more specific. Like, did any part of this hurt?
Mm-hmm.
But Christian just goes, "Does it hurt?" And I'm like, "No, it's fine. This part down here hurts." And he goes, "I'm too scared. I don't believe you. It hurts." And I'm like, "Okay."
Thanks for explaining yourself. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to make a comment on those so bad because you were talking about like, like a reference to like Renaissance art and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be like, me during the work week, me on
Yes.
the weekend. Like that's why I got.
So the reason why we put this here is because it looks like he's thrown it back. I flex a little bit.
It's really funny.
He's just doing his shit,
Hell yeah, brother.
My tattoo artist kept getting mad at me because she's like, you don't, because every time like she works on it, apparently I'm too stiff. She's like, relax your arm, relax your arm. 'Cause I'm
I
like
mean, you're getting
constantly,
tattooed, how are you
I'm like
supposed to-
constantly flexing.
How are you supposed to
Why-
not like
Yeah.
be tense?
You see, she's not like this with any of her other clients. She knows me too well, where she just like relax your
Just
arm.
smacks
That's
you.
funny.
Just like, quit it.
Yeah.
Quit it, idiot.
funny.
What's wrong with you?
Oh yeah, it's the easiest way to get someone to relax.
Yeah,
Smack them
it's
with
like the arm. My favorite was like, also, okay, I'm gonna get a good photo. This is gonna sting, and she just gets the alcohol bottle and just sprays it. And I'm like, this is the problem when you become friends with your tattoo artist. Like when you go to them too often, it's all over.
They're
They
just
just
abusing you.
they just start abusing you.
I just like tattooing pigskin, you know what I'm saying? I like tattooing you. It feels like I'm practicing every day.
That's right. Anyway, where do you want this Celtic knot?
Nick getting a piercing in Portland is hilarious.
Dude, he fucking did it.
He did
Yeah,
it.
he sent it. I need
Yeah.
to get my ears re-pierced. Fuck.
Also, I think you guys heard me say this, but the funniest image still is when James was telling us about how he fell bouldering into a hole.
Oh yeah.
And he needed help.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, I'm like, so I know you said you climbed out, but in my head canon, the funniest image is Nick and Josh heaving James out of a hole. And I'm like, it's impossible. They would never be able to do it. And just,
Yeah. No, he's absolutely fucking massive. Ain't no way. No, if he actually got stuck in there, he'd still be in that rock.
yeah, they would have.
Unrescuable.
He be that guy. This guy right there.
Yeah, that's true. You also missed Florian.
I know, that was the saddest
Oh,
part.
yeah.
That was pretty fun to
That's
have
why I
him
was so
around.
sad when I
Yeah.
tested positive.
Yeah, on
I'm like,
Wednesday, too.
Florian's coming.
Yeah, I was like, damn it, you abandoned me.
Instead, I
Yeah.
just fucking did tensor math and I got mad at Wes.
And then Patrick had to mostly chaperone him for the day. So
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to, you know, like I could have just been like, here's a corner, you know,
Yeah.
sit. But that would be really rude, and you know, we just wanted him to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's the right thing to do. Just take him around everywhere, and
yeah,
So
I
I
think
guess
his talk was pretty well received. So.
that was good. Yeah.
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 Yeah, basically everybody showed up minus like 2 people.
Wes was so embarrassed.
That's okay.
It's all
I
good.
emailed him. He's like, I just saw this. I was obsessed with angular momentum math.
It happens. It happens. It's all good.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But no, it was fun. He was here. He's here for the whole day. And we went out to Broxton afterward, grabbed a beer and some food. And Will was there for a little while. And then other Patrick came and they talked about German stuff and compared it to American stuff. And
Yeah.
and it was good. It
He
fun.
he was a little embarrassed. I think one of the funniest things was
Oh,
that he was
yeah.
a little embarrassed about calling it Stark Shift and not knowing or having to put together live what people meant by light shift.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In Germany, they don't see history.
That's right. Well, I mean, because he was saying something like, yeah, like, you know, everyone in our group says Stark Shift, but I know he's like kind of like a Nazi or something, right?
Yeah.
And we were, or at least I was like, nah, I mean, he was like the Nazi.
Yeah,
He was
like-
yeah, of the 3, he was one of the top 3
Top
Nazis.
Nazi.
Top Nazis.
Top number one.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I mean, but if we're gonna do this, we gotta. There's like several terminologies we gotta drop, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
I'm like, you know,
It's not a big deal to
you
not
know.
know, but like, you
Yeah.
know, it's good to try to use the other terminology.
oh,
more
for
if you
sure,
can.
yeah, I
That's
agree,
all.
I agree.
Moving forward.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We were explaining a lot of different like America versus Germany, like cultural things, like
yeah,
you know, like protests in Germany versus protests here are very different. And I
Yeah.
was explaining to him like there's not really the same sense of like national identity here. And he was like, "What do you mean? Like, what does that mean?" And I was like, to put it bluntly, like the ethnicities are not the same. Okay,
No.
that's all it is. Yeah.
There was this whole thing in the 80s in Los Angeles specifically about that.
Huh? I wonder what you could
Yeah.
possibly be meaning.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, I mean, chill, dude. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Florian's cool.
Yeah.
Florian is we tormented him for those 2 weeks.
Oh my god, it was so fun.
What
Speaking
else?
of torment, I watched a Ludwig VOD recently. So they're
On
doing They're doing
League Week.
Yeah, they're doing League Week. It's really bad, dude.
Are they
It's-
fighting again?
Well, the thing is, right? You know,
Did they ever
we.
stop?
You know what? Like back then, when Ludwig hit plat on a Mumu, I was like, no, he's not plat. And you know, I feel like I slandered
In the
him,
heart of hearts.
and I took it back, right? I saw this. I'm like, dude, he's not plat.
He's not plat. He is just plat on a Mumu in the jungle.
That's crazy, dude. So it's him and Connor forced the bot lane together, okay?
Oh,
and they
no.
swap. They swap every I don't know how many games. But
It's
like,
when stops feeling it.
yeah, exactly. And then
So do
and
they
then
just
swap.
never play?
Well, they're locked in a room together, so they're gonna have to.
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
And basically, it got so bad that like they had to like what is it? They got Cadril in on call basically, and he came to like live coach their game, and he watched them just like lose the game live, and he's like, "Oh man, my allergies must be acting up." Anyway, I'm also allergic to inters, so bye. Yeah, no, it was bad because the wombo combo, right, is like Lud is obviously not very comfortable at playing bot lane, and then I've actually never seen this side of Connor before, where I think he's normally such like a chill dude,
Yes.
but he's got that like I hit diamond once in my life, and that
Mm.
means like I'm gonna remind you that the whole team is inting me. And like I'm carrying so hard, and like
Yes.
you know, I'm
It's
I'm
so
this
bad.
high,
This
like,
is
kinda
how it was the
combo.
last time they played, wasn't
I
it?
think so.
Yes,
but I'm
it
like,
was.
I never watched that.
We never
time.
watched
I-
it.
Well,
I
but
see.
no, but last time it was localized because
that's true.
because Honor was like, I'm not going to play Jack's top because I was diamond
Yes.
in Jack's top.
Mm,
And then like every time he did play Jack's top, I'll be honest, he did fucking crush.
sure.
Yeah, but now it's just so fucking bad. It's extra bad.
Yeah. And what is it? So there's a couple plays, but I think the funniest thing to me is so the one clip I saw that's like just seared into my mind is Lud is playing Tristana. So Tristana is just this little like gnome character, I guess, that has like a big cannon, and her whole thing is like she can jump in, and if she gets a kill, she can like jump back out and reset. But apparently his one rule was basically like, okay, don't make me jump on the enemy, and that'll be fine.
How are you supposed to play Tristana?
I don't know.
That's
Anyway,
like her thing is she puts bomb.
Yeah, she
she-
put bomb. She jumped.
She shoot,
Yeah,
bomb
yeah,
about
yeah.
to blow, jump.
Yeah, so it's a gap closer, and usually on an AD, if you have a movement ability, you want to be like protective and like safe with it. Aggression is usually frowned upon, but like if you know what you're doing, you should be more aggressive.
Yeah,
on
she's
average.
like it's like Kaisa ult or
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
what's her name? Circle.
Circle.
Knife, shoot gun, Arab lady.
Arab-
Samira.
Samira. Yeah. Samira.
Sorry.
What, circle?
Knife, shoot
No,
gun.
shoot gun, Arab. What?
Speaking
in
Am I
tongues.
wrong? Am I wrong? I just.
No, you're right. Starting with circle and not Arab lady is crazy.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of her. The ability that makes a circle.
Yeah. No, but you basically want to like you need to leverage like your movement in general. But like there's the opponent, they got the opponent really low and he's running under tower, and he's like Connor's like, dude, you should just jump on him and then you can leave. And like Lud is just like silent, but he's like really tense and he's just looking. He's like, I have my one rule. One rule. I'm like, what? And then Connor's like, wait, you just? And then he proceeded to get like too mad about it, but like it was like, yeah, I mean like that's a kill right there, but
Yeah, you're dropping for your
Yeah.
one rule's bullshit.
whatever.
This sounds very familiar to a hero's character that I'm pretty good at.
yeah.
It's kind of like leveraging the like, oh, I got you.
Uh-huh.
I can get out.
That's
Like
right,
I
that's
kill,
right.
I get out, and I'm good. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of all the like fucking Samira plays. I still have PTSD from one of my league games that I played recently, where the only person who was doing well was the enemy Samira, and it was the game honestly was a 1v1 between myself and Samira, because here's the thing: if the team fight started and the enemy team managed to focus me down and kill me, they won that team fight because Samira was alive, and my team are like, I could kill Samira, but there's that Alistair, and he's so juicy. Like, how can we not punch the Alistar in the face
Because
with everything we
he's got
got.
a bajillion health.
No, you don't understand.
But if we all hit him together, he'll die
He'll
fast.
He's
and then
the-
she has no support.
Okay.
So, but like literally,
I'm glad
this
I
is-
wasn't in this game.
No, I was losing. I was losing my mind. I was losing my mind. Okay, because like I would do some. Michael even was like, "You're doing tricks on it. Like this is crazy." Because I would do shit like I would jump over the wall with my stun, full combo the Samira, flash over the wall for my like cooldowns to reset, and then like do it again to like kill her, or like I would fight her and then she would retreat and then I'd ult behind them and get her. Like I would do all these things just to win, and then it was critical. We had just won a team fight. Fucking, timers are 40 seconds. Michael starts doing Baron, and we just didn't have the damage. It was too slow because our AD carry was dead. I'm like, Michael, get off Baron. And then no one got off Baron. And I'm the only one who's just like, fuck it, we have to commit. So I have to get this thing down. So Baron is about to die. And the enemy team finally realized that the only person hard focusing Samira is myself. And they just full collapse on me. It was insane. I got hit with a Morgana Q. She flash ults Zhonya's just me. and then like I got hit with a Lux ultimate. And then the Alistar was playing top lane. He was a top lane Alistar. It was a nightmare because you can't fucking kill him. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this fucking...
Ignore his ass.
Exactly. You have to just ignore his ass. I'm like a fucking cow. Anyway, so those two just dump everything they have onto me. Single target ultimate Lux. Single target ultimate Morgana.
Deserved.
And I'm like, I can't move. I get hit with a Q from Lux. And then I'm finally fucking dead, right? So they've used everything. I'm like, I type in chat. They used everything. Just kill Samira. The Alistar Q, combo, whatever. Azir Qs behind him, pushes him into the dragon, into the Baron pit. Samira proceeds to fucking just delete everything, and then we lose the game. And I'm like, I'm just sitting there, like just staring at the screen, 1,000-mile stare, and Michael goes, "Son, you okay?" I'm like, "I need a break," and then he goes.
Oh, God.
I was so mad. I was so mad.
That's so funny. I haven't played it in a minute. God damn.
It's a good time.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's fewer cursed champions. The only one that's like still aggressively broken is Nasus, but no one wants to play Nasus.
Yeah, he's just fucking lame.
I thought you weren't gonna make it to the gym today.
Thought I wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah, because I texted. I was like, "Good morning."
Well, you texted me at 5.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting up at 5:30 because the gym opens at 6.
I've been getting up at 5, but mostly to just shit my fucking brains out.
Just you know those moments. This is just like you're just in the toilet and you're shitting your brains out, and your pet comes in.
Yeah.
And just like like vibe with you.
No, I'm groggy as fuck. I'm dying. Jackie's coming in. He's like, "Oh, you're awake." The thing is, right? Like, I think that the tough part is like because Jackie knows when I'm up, it's impossible to go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just will. If I get back in, it's he's like meowing nonstop, and then I'm afraid he's gonna wake Zoe. So I'm like, if I'm up, I'm up. So if I get inted by me eating food or me having coffee, right, then I don't go to sleep after 5 a.m.
That's crazy. You see, Zelda's the exact opposite. My alarm goes off at 5.
Uh-huh.
She does the big stretch. She looks at me. I give her like 3 pets, and then she goes to her dog bed. And she goes to sleep.
Good girl.
Because she's like, he's not going to come. He's going to go to the gym. And when he comes back, we go dog park.
Yeah.
So she just immediately goes.
Right, that makes sense. It's just nocturnal kitty has just been bored all night.
Yeah.
He's like, he's up.
He's awake.
Get him.
And then at 7 a.m., he's like, I'm real tired.
Yeah, basically.
I've been up all night.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Circles around this place.
Dude, what the fuck do cats do at night?
They have hella zoomies.
So they do?
Sometimes, yeah, they go crazy.
Yeah. No, they got zoomies.
I want to see that.
Jackie zoomies are really funny.
You'd have to set up a camera in your apartment to do something like that. Just
Yeah.
like record it. And like the probability of me seeing a ghost is like too high, and that's scary for me to watch that ever. So
I don't even know where to start.
So the joke is that my parents' house is haunted, and like because my sister and I've had like some weird fucked up experiences in this house, and
okay, I don't think I
and
can come
my-
over for dinner.
And then my mom,
I don't think
my,
I can
my
go.
mom, my mom, like, no, there's nothing here, it's fine. And then
Are you
like,
sure it's not just like childhood trauma or some
and
shit?
then-
Like,
And then the
Well-
heater turns on. And they're like, "Oh, thanks, Jackson. And they're like, appreciate you looking out for us." You're like,
well,
"Who?
at some
Who?"
point, my mom was just like, "Okay, listen, kids. I hate to admit it, but I heard some shit in
Oh.
in the attic." And my dad's like, my whole family's fucking stupid. There's nothing in this goddamn house. No, I think it has to do with like the layout. There's some air paths that are very, very strong. So if you don't have your doorstop in, the door will like open or close.
Sure, yeah.
But like it happens.
The air comes from the ghost, though.
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and then my mom also has these motion activated like sensitive lights so that if you're walking around the house you don't have to touch anything. Like they're like they're like very low intensity. But I think they just fuck up sometimes. They think they see motion and they just turn on.
They have no motion.
They see motion of the ghost.
They see the ghost. They,
Yeah,
it's,
that makes sense.
he excites the blue sideband and the light.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, do whatever you want. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He shook the crystal. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know where to start. I think it would definitely help lower the number of paranormal occurrences if you switch the regular fucking switches, though.
Oh no! So they're regular. So it's just like she like basically installed these lights that turn into motion activated lights at night, so that like if you're in the stairwell, you don't have to turn on the lights and wake everybody up. They just turn on. And they're like very low intensity. They're very chill.
They're like the kind of ones that, like, if you open a cabinet door, it would light the cabinet.
Yes,
basically,
kind
right?
of.
It's kind of just like chill.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never had cabinet lights.
Yeah. Or if the ghost is walking in the hallway.
Yeah,
Right.
so he can see
Or
where he's
if the
walking.
ghost
Yeah,
needs a
he's
drink.
gotta know. Yeah.
Otherwise, he falls down
Yeah.
the stairs, and it's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
That's how
No,
he
my
died,
favorite
actually.
story was one day. It was like in the middle of the night, and we were sleeping at my mom's place, my sister and I, and my mom was in Dubai still, and they have like an Alexa, and the Alexa was connected, right? But like this is 2 a.m. and because like a 12-hour time difference, like 2 p.m. over there, and she turns on, thinking that she's doing this in her home in Dubai, not in her apartment in Dubai, not her home in America. The Red Army Choir on full blast. so I just like in the middle of the night you just hear like fucking the loudest music come from downstairs. The lights turn on and I'm like it's all over. Somebody fucking broke in and I'm not registering what is happening because like it's a foreign language. My brain isn't awake yet. And I'm like what the fuck? And my mom's like I'm so sorry.
I told the ghost to play it.
Fucking worst. But yeah. What else did you guys do these 2 weeks?
What else?
What are you looking forward to? What are your 4th of July? I know you have a barbecue,
Yes, we have barbecue.
which I'm like
at our house.
90% sure I can go to. I'm just
Okay.
waiting for a message to respond.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll probably go to that a little bit, yeah.
Let's see.
Can I ask, am I like grilling?
I mean, you don't have to.
Would you like me
Is
to
there a
grill?
grill?
Well, so we
I-
have a IR grill at our house.
You have an IR grill?
Yeah.
I
Whoa,
don't-
what
I don't know
frequency?
What that means.
I don't fucking
What wavelength?
What a fucking nerd ass piece of thing.
I don't fucking know.
Like, what?
I mean, I think when normal people say IR, it is like decently above a micron, so I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
We put Patrick in there.
Why would you do that?
I mean, what is it? Or we could
So
go out to the park, but I have a feeling the dog park's gonna be really busy.
I have-
Probably, it's the 4th of July.
At least someone else has probably reserved that.
I have a
space or something.
small. How many people are going to be there? I have a small.
Yeah, I'm
grill.
trying to gauge that right now because
Okay.
we're also getting like maybes or like yes from other people.
Mm.
But like if everyone invited so far comes, that would be like roughly 7 total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
a-
could
that's
I
a
could do
doable
that on the
number.
little grill. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
I got one.
Yeah, we could do like we could combo and like if you bring yours, we have the IR one and we could just do it
Yeah.
all.
You should put it in the apartment
Mhm.
underneath the fire detector.
Well, I mean our IR grill. Oh wait, is yours not indoors? Ours is indoors.
It's outdoors.
Oh, okay, it's
Yeah,
outdoors.
yeah. If I light that in my apartment, I will die.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, we can figure something out. But yeah, we'll have multiple grills. We'll see
So
what
will the termites.
I'm pretty sure they'd be fine.
Just leave it on overnight and they'll just grow themselves. You know?
You should do it before you leave. Well, not like, you'll do
I've solved the
your landlord a
problem.
favor.
That's right.
Apparently, my unit is the only one that gets termites. By the way,
I don't believe
which
that.
I think is fake. I think it's super.
You
fake.
don't just have an isolated termite problem.
No,
That's not how that
no,
works.
No. But
That's
he's
like-
trying to like convince. Like the last time this guy came out, this like inspector guy came out, right? The manager's like talking to him outside. He's like, "This is the only unit we've ever had problems with." And I'm like, that's just a fucking lie. And I want to open the door and be like, this motherfucker, this cannot be correct. Like, these things are everywhere. They're everywhere.
Ask your space guy,
I'm sure they
Just
exterminate.
Space guy.
your space neighbor.
Oh, my neighbor. That's right.
Your
I don't know if he's
neighbor?
there right now.
Well, that's the perfect.
He came. Dude, my neighbor is the best, by the way.
Space.
He just
neighbor?
fucking comes
You
around.
don't know about this guy.
No, I have
This-
no-
I haven't
what the fuck
told
is
you
this
about
guy?
this?
No, I have no
Dude,
idea
he's
who
the
this
best.
To be fair, the
fuck
last
is.
time we talked about this was like we were. I don't think
Oh, we
Will
were
was here.
building the trap, right?
Yeah, we were building the trap.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Will
it
wasn't
existed.
there.
Yeah,
he wasn't born. He wasn't
Yeah.
born yet.
We hadn't unlocked that DLC.
That's
It was
right.
the trap was still
then
called
I loaded it.
Secretariat, not Shadowfax.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I loaded it and it was like, "Welcome to YB7."
You're like,
Yeah, so I have a neighbor, right? So I moved into this place. I think it was like 2022
Mhm.
or something like that. But I'll have to check my lease because
No, I
need to
remember
know
you
that.
moving there because Sydney
Yeah.
came and helped you move.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she came and helped me move. Yeah. I moved out of Wayward and into there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. So I think it was 2022.
It was 2022-ish.
Yeah. And I'm talking to the landlord, right? And like before I'm signing the stuff, because he like gives me a tour and stuff, and I'm like, so like you got, like what's the do people like get along in the complex and stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, I mean for the most part people stick to themselves, your neighbor actually, you put down you're a physics student. He has a degree in physics too. And I'm like, really? That's crazy. Yeah, like, what does he do now? He's like, he teaches at Pepperdine. He's a photographer now. And I'm like, interesting. Okay. So
It's just me 20 years in the future.
yeah, it's just the sun, right?
I can't imagine you teaching at Pepperdine.
No,
This
you
is
can't.
this is not for you.
I would start losing my mind. All these rich kids, like,
You can't drink.
you can't drink in Pepperdine?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
The sun's like, I must liberate
Because
them.
it's a religious school.
Yeah.
Pepperdine's a religious school.
Yeah, that's their whole shtick.
Oh my
They
god.
Yeah.
they like
Continue. I need to
God.
look this up. I believe you.
No,
but
I mean it
that's
was just wild
crazy.
because like when I went to my mom's graduation there's like so much like religion talk and stuff. It's just weird because I'm not religious, my mom's not Christian. It's a whole thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
So yeah, I'm talking to the landlord, right? And he's like, yeah, this guy has a degree in physics. I'm like, oh, cool, so maybe I'll meet him one day, right? And I like, as I'm moving in, right, I like catch a peek at his name on one of his packages, right? Because I want to like look up his thesis, basically, right? He has a PhD in physics, right? So I'm like, what kind of shit you into, right?
Yeah.
So like looking at his name and then Googling it, big mistake, right? You should
Uh-oh.
never do this to anybody, right? But the curiosity got the best of me because I'm like, did you do atoms? Can you like teach me something that would be like useful, right?
Mm.
So I Google his name. The guy is a keyboard warrior a little bit.
Oh.
He's a little bit of like a Quora debater.
Oh god,
Right?
I hate those.
And he did like in his PhD, I think he did it somewhere in the South. I can't remember what school it was. But he did like this kind of like imaging thing to like try to help blind people see and stuff like that.
Oh.
So he did some like pretty sick
Like
shit.
medical physics?
Kind of like it felt very like EE
Oh, okay.
kind of like thing. Like
Sure.
like I was kind of surprised he did it in a physics department, but I don't know exactly how any of it works, but anyway. And then I kind of like keep looking into it, right? And he's like written some of these like books.
He's written books.
He's written books, but they're kind of like, here's why Maxwell's equations are wrong, kind of books.
He's a psycho.
Right? So I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's my neighbor, right?
And they were roommates.
And they were roommates. No, but he's like, so like he's like in the unit right next door to me, right? Like you've been up to my apartment, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just the one right before my door, right?
Sure.
So I'm kind of like dreading meeting this guy a little bit, but I do check out his Instagram. His Instagram is sick. He's got hella pictures, right? He's got like super sick photography pictures. I'm like, damn, this guy's fucking doing it, right? So one day, right, it's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving of 2022, right? After I've moved in, because I moved in like June, right? So a couple months pass. It's Thanksgiving time. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go to Sydney's for Thanksgiving. I'm excited, right? I walk out of the door, bang, new person. I'm like, who are you? And
New
he's
person
got a bunch of stuff with him. And I'm like, what's up, man? And he's like, oh, hey, I'm Elliot. I think I'm your neighbor, right? And I'm like, oh, cool. It's nice to meet you, man. You know, how's it going? And then he's like, the manager told me you also did physics. And I'm just like,
ignore it.
And I'm like, all right, yeah, for sure. I do physics here, you know, like it's all cool and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I did that for my PhD, you know. I kind of like write books now, so, you know, like I'm one of those, you know. So I'm like, he knows, but like he still write the book.
Why?
I'm like confused, confused.
Yeah.
But he kind of tells me how, like, what he does, right? And he just travels like the entire year. Like
what?
Like
yeah, if you're like a pro photographer, it's what you do.
Yeah, he's gone the whole year, like literally like 8 months plus at a time.
Dude, paying rent must feel so stupid.
I can't imagine. Like I wanted to ask, but it felt rude at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree. And like he just kind of goes everywhere, takes photos in Yosemite and Yellowstone. He's just like, he's all the fuck over the place, right?
Cool.
And he only comes back for like 2 weeks out of the year, like a total of 2 weeks. And like one of those weeks was like a couple weeks ago. And, you know, we just run into each other really quick and it's like, hey, how's it going? You know, things are very chill. It is what it is. He just takes his pictures. He travels the world and,
the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah,
he just pays rent in fucking West LA.
One of my
It's
friends,
like insane. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like,
one of my friends is like a pro photographer too, but like the dude does concert photography and all these things. Well, not just that, but like he does a lot. But concert photography is like one of the main ways that he makes money. And the guy like fucking, he doesn't live in a country for longer than a year at a time.
Yeah, I can't.
He's
yeah,
lived in
it's
like
nuts.
Spain, Portugal, France, Germany. He's in Poland now.
damn.
He's been in like Belarus. He's been in Estonia. He's like lived in Morocco before, but like always a year at a time. And then he's like, he's gone.
That's crazy.
The dude, I think right now he's in Poland, and I know for a fact that he's lived a year in Lebanon.
Wow, cool.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but that's my neighbor right now.
So you
honestly,
have no neighbor, basically.
Yeah, which is like the best. I was just gonna say, like it's kind of the best situation.
Yeah.
to ask
So
for,
whenever
right?
he gets mad while doing raid and he starts punching the walls,
That's right.
there's no one there to stop.
That's
him.
right, because
And that's how he finds the termites.
That's
How he
right.
just goes bam, and he puts his hand out, and it's just covered. And he's like, "Oh my god, not again!"
Okay.
Just he unlocks them. Just
Orange parsing on Druid. Happy gray parsing overall. Fuck.
Yeah. So
stuff.
no, it's a good situation. I think it's because I don't have anybody above or below me except for the dumpster, which is rough, but
That's
it's
tough.
life. And then
is Dumpster Man still there?
Yeah. So there's a dude. I encountered him. I spawned another encounter like a couple weeks ago, basically.
Oh.
Right? So like, okay, so there's a guy. I was very mad when I moved into this place about this. So there's a dude, right? Okay. There's a lot to say about moving into this place, but I move into this place, right?
There's just one thing that's
And-
wrong with it. It's the dumpster guy.
Yeah, it's just the dumpster guy. Yeah, nothing else bad has ever happened there. But yeah, so I move in, and one morning, right, I wake up, right? It's like 6 a.m., right? At the time, we were not gymming, right? We had yet to, acquire this habit, right? So it's 6. It's really early for me at the time, right? I'm just like, what is going on? I'm like hearing like cans. I'm hearing the dumpster open. I'm like, like this was a consequence of living under the dumpster, or above the dumpster. This is just how it goes, and it just keeps happening. Like it's like 15 minutes of this. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, when will it ever end? I want to go back to bed. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. Eventually he passes and I went back to sleep. And then it happened the next morning. And then it happened the next morning. And then it happened the next morning.
Hell yeah, brother.
And this guy is just out there every day at 6, just fucking getting cans.
On the dot.
He's just doing it. He's just loading up, big old bins in his Prius, right? And he's just getting them all, right? And I'm pissed, right? Because I'm like, this is so much for the morning time. It's terrible. Right. But, at the same time, I'm like getting used to just being woken up. So it's like less impactful over time. Right. Anyway, years go by. I'm immune to this at this point. Right. I hear a can in the morning. I'm still asleep.
Oh,
I'm like out.
Superpower.
Right. It's all good. Anyway, but I wake up at like 5 or 5:30 to do the gym stuff. So it doesn't matter anymore to me. But, over time, this hasn't been a problem. But 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or something like that, I go down, right? I have some recycles that I'm going to toss in the recycle bin before I go to work, right? I'm going in really early. And there he is.
Still doing it.
In the flesh. He's there. Collecting cans.
You never seen him?
Never seen him.
Holy shit.
Never before.
What does he look like?
He's like 6'1", right? He's like a pretty fit African American dude. He's just chilling. He's all kitted out too. He's got like gloves on, mask on. He's like trying not to get sick. He's just getting that shit. He's just turning cans into money.
He's just digging out of the
he's just digging out of the recycle bins. He's digging out of the trash can. He's like in it, dude. He's like fucking going, right?
Yeah.
He's got a nice car, right? And he's fucking doing his shit.
He has a car.
Yeah, he's got a car. He's got a Prius.
Oh, I thought he was like a homeless guy who lives.
No,
in your dumpster.
it's got to be like at least a 2018 Prius.
Nice.
Wow. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's a pretty nice car.
So,
and he's just doing his shit.
Does he just do this as like? I guess you
can make a good amount of money.
I didn't really talk to him, right? Because it was kind of early and and stuff. But I was like bringing the recycles, and he was like, "Hey man, you got any cans in there, right?" And I was like, "Yeah," because I like made pasta, so I had some like jars and shit, And I'm like, "Yeah, you want me to just leave them right here?" And he's like, "No, you can just put them in the bin. I'll go through it later, right?" But I just take them out and I just put them on the ground next to him basically. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man." Yeah. I was like, "Take care." So yeah, came full circle.
Yeah,
we're buds now.
My friend used to like separate out the cans whenever she took her garbage out, and then just like left it on the side, and it's easier for everybody.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a good strat too if you've never if you've collected them for like a couple months, right, and then you like go and you recycle, like go to the recycling place, you can get some good returns.
You can get some cash.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, or you just do the draconian Germany thing, or like you buy a Coke. It will cost like €5, and then when you return the bottle, you'll get €4 back.
Oh,
like on purpose.
Nice. It's incredible.
That's a good system.
Yeah.
That's a good system.
It forces people to do it. Well, that one I didn't even know how it fell.
So yeah, and then the other thing that happened when I moved in was there was construction happening on those undergrad units. I don't know.
Yeah, just as it started. Yeah.
Like the big building right next to you.
Yeah, they were demolishing them when I was living at Weyburn across the street, right? So I heard them demolishing it.
Right.
And then I moved into the unit in the alley where the construction was happening. So I just got like the full...
And then you're like, oh, it's
full,
finally over.
years.
The demolishing and rebuilding is... And then the undergrads came.
And then the undergrads came, yeah. So it's been a time, man. It's great.
I still don't know how Michael, has had the ability to stay in grad housing.
I don't understand how. I would love to be there still because it has air conditioning.
Wait, he's in Weyburn this whole time?
Yeah, he's just in there, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why? I have too many questions. I'll stop. stop.
Didn't Conrad have like couples housing?
Yeah, he was.
They
in the
made it
family
more
housing,
difficult. To
Did
to
they
get-
really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Family
so
housing
fucked up.
is harder to get. Basically, Zona, I also tried to apply for it before, but they're, I think, withholding more. They're like, oh, you need to like actually be family planning or something to get into here or whatever.
That's
But,
kind of
like,
rough.
I mean, there's other people in our year who successfully passed, but like they did
Oh,
it in
really?
the first year,
Mm.
and so they got through with it. But I think since that time, it's been harder to apply for. Yeah.
Hmm. I heard those are nice units.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also like earlier on it was like really competitive pricing, but now it's like kind of more par for the course for the area now.
Yikes.
I see.
So, yeah.
That's too bad. I mean, I kind of understand to some degree, like, if you actually have kids, like, you should get priority,
Yeah,
right?
but most
like,
people who live there do not have kids.
I see.
So,
yeah.
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 Okay. You called there?
Oh, I yapped a lot. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Good.
Peace.
Ken
See
guy.
ya.
Thank you.
See ya.